Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to your evening meditation. Just giving yourself the gift of the next half an hour's time out, just to set you up for a nice flowing evening. Going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed. I'm actually sitting outside, as you can see, starting to get dark, but still quite nice and warm. Got some nature going on, which is always good. Going into nature. So just wherever you are, making yourself comfortable, sitting with your feet shoulder width apart. Cup your hands in your lap. Close your eyes. And start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Just breathing in. Notice how the stomach rises as you do that. Imagine you breathing into the belly button. Just contract the sphincter muscle. It's the muscle used to contract the flow of urine or squeeze the last drops out. Raises the pelvic floor, creates an energy lock and simultaneously a pumping action. So this life energy, or kundalini energy as it's called, in the base of the spine, just feel that rising up with the breath into your heart center. Put one hand on your heart. Feel a nice warm, comforting feeling in your heart. Just raise it up into your upper back, to the crown of your head. Just pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. Maximal inhale breath. And just check in with your mind, just noticing any thoughts or emotions going on in your mind, particularly anything that's negative. And the way you determine whether it's negative is how you feel about it. So notice your emotions and notice what's happening physically. Maybe there's a knot in your stomach, the thought, whatever you're thinking, dry mouth, sweaty palms, clenched jaw, clenched fists. The extreme nausea and panic attacks can come just from your thoughts and your emotions. That's how powerful they are. So now just choose to let all that go. Just give yourself the gift of clearing that away for the next half an hour. You can always pick it up again afterwards if you really want it. So as you exhale, just imagine blowing all this negativity out like a black smoke out of your mouth. Just releasing it into the nothingness that it really is. Letting it all go. Pulling the lower stomach into the spine. Expelling the last remaining air and negativity out. Just resting for a few seconds in the stillness and the peace. There's nowhere else to go, there's nothing else to do, and nothing else to think about for the next 20 minutes or so. Just breathe, relax, and be still. Just follow my guidance. So breathing in again. Noticing how the stomach rises, the chest rises. There's the subtle clenching of the sphincter muscle, energy, life energy drawing up the spine, like a warm tingling thread up your spine, going into the crown of your head. Just pause at the top of the inhale, smile. And then exhale, just sighing it all out as you exhale. Making a sighing sound in the back of your throat. Notice the air flowing out of your nostrils, your chest and your stomach. Just gently suck back in. And the energy comes to rest again. On the bottom of your stomach and your groin area. And then you repeat the process. So as you breathe in and you breathe out, just noticing all the subtle sensations of the breath. Stomach rise, the chest rise. Subtle flow of air into the nostrils, the energy rising up the spine. Take another sip of air in, pause, smile, really connect with the stillness and the peace in the gap between breaths. And then you exhale, sigh it all out, make a little sighing sound in the back of your throat. It's the ujjayi sound, so you keep your mouth closed. It's as though you're fogging sunglasses, but your mouth closed, that makes a sighing sound, a little vibration. Notice that. Notice the air flowing out of your nostrils, chest and the stomach. Gently suck back in, and this energy that you raised up into the crown subsides back down like a wave breaking back into the ocean. Just coming to rest at the bottom of the exhale. So nowhere to go, nothing else to do, just breathe, relax, be still, watch your breath. Step back, watch your breath, and keep your mind nice and still, calm, empty, open but aware. So you're just going to allow these words I'm going to share with you. This is from a preliminary section to this series of workbook lessons we're busy with on what is the ego. And allow these words just to drop in to this calm, clear, empty space that you've created in your mind. So listen, not intellectually, but listen energetically. Listen with your heart rather than your head, is another way of saying that. Just allow these words to drop in. It's like pebbles in a pond on a very still, calm, windless day. Because your mind is so still, the ripple effects, the emotions can be very noticeable. You go all the way into the depths of your subconscious mind. So you feel into this. And that emotional, energetic level is where you really change your mind. That's your base frequency. If your base frequency is one of fear, anxiety, to egoic. We'll hear more about what the ego is just now. Then everything you do, everything you think, say, and do is going to be influenced by it. It's going to be negative. So it's about resetting, undoing the default thought system and all those emotions and the energy that goes with it. So listen energetically and emotionally, listen with your heart rather than just your mind. And keep watching your breath as you do this, to keep your mind nice and still, calm, clear, empty, open, but aware. So the question that this short passage answers is, what is the ego? So let's listen and hear. Listen in this way I advise you to listen. And I'll help you to do that by reminding you to check in with your breath every so often. Just keep watching your breath, staying very still, calm, empty, open, clear, but aware. So you allow these words just to drop in. It's really a frequency of energy that's dropping into your mind, and you're just allowing it in, accepting it all in. So the ego is idolatry, says Jesus, the sign of limited and separated self, born in a body, doomed to suffer, and to end its life in death. It is the, quote, will that sees the will of God, or the will of love if you prefer, because God is love, so you can always substitute the word God with the word love, and I'll do that for you. It's an alternative. So it's this false will, quote will, that sees the will of God, the will of love, as enemy, and takes a form in which it is denied. All the forms of this world are the forms in which the will of love is denied. So the ego is the, quote, proof that strength is weak and love is fearful. Life is really death, and what opposes God or love alone is true. The ego is insane. So Jesus is not mincing his words or pulling his punches. He's telling us straight. This is an insane idea. It's an insane thought system. In fear, it stands beyond the everywhere, apart from awe and separation from the infinite. In its insanity, it thinks it has become a victor over God or love himself, God himself or love itself. And in its terrible autonomy, it, quote, sees the will of God or the will of love has been destroyed. It dreams of punishment and trembles at the figures in its dreams, its enemies who seek to murder it before it can ensure its safety by attacking them. So just pause, watch your breath. So what he's sharing here is quite intense. Maybe it pushed some buttons. Just notice any thoughts and emotions that came up. And if they were negative, if there was resistance, just notice them and let them go with your breath. Imagine they're like cloud patterns, just dark clouds drifting by in the sky of your true awareness. They cannot really obscure that sky, and they cannot obscure the sun, which is your source. So as you exhale, you just blow them away to reveal the eternal serene sky, true awareness, and the sun, the source of that awareness to you. So Jesus never leaves us in a dark place. He just takes us there briefly to get us to see really how awful it is, how much we really don't want the ego and its false ideas and it's the hell that it's made. So he says the Son of God, or the extension of love, if you want to use another phrase, to mean the same thing. He is egoless. What can he know of madness and the death of God, the death of love itself, when he abides in him? What can he know of sorrow and of suffering when he lives in eternal joy? What can he know of fear and punishment, of sin and guilt, of hatred and attack, when all there is surrounding him is everlasting peace, forever conflict-free and undisturbed, in deepest silence and tranquility? What indeed is pointing us into this deep place of peace, conflict-free, silence, tranquility, just as you watch your breath, letting the breath take you deeper and deeper into this place in your mind which the ego doesn't want you to see and experience. It wants to keep you as far away from this peace of God as possible. So to know reality is not to see the ego and its thoughts, its works, its acts, its laws, its beliefs, its dreams, its hopes, its plans for its salvation, and the cost belief in it entails. In suffering, the price for faith in it is so immense that crucifixion of the Son of God, extension of love, is offered daily at its darkened shrine, and blood must flow before the altar where its sickly followers prepare to die. Yet will one lily of forgiveness change the darkness into light, the altar to illusions, to the shrine of life itself, and peace will be restored forever to the holy minds which God or love created as his Son, as its extension, his dwelling place, his joy, his love, completely his, completely one with him. Another way of saying that sentence would be, and peace will be restored forever to the holy minds which love created as its extension, its dwelling place, its joy, its love, completely one with itself. And they both mean the same thing. God is a persona. Him doesn't work for you, then just use the non-personal and non-gender specific love instead. That's really what it comes down to. God is this infinite, eternal, loving presence that is in our mind. That's just ready and waiting for us to acknowledge it and to allow it to come and help us, protect us. And that's the subject of today's workbook lesson 337. So prepare yourself for that. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Just imagine you breathing in this beautiful golden or white light into your stomach, blowing your stomach up like a light-filled balloon. Squeeze the sphincter muscle. Just feel this light energy rising up the spine into the heart center. Put one hand on your heart, it would slip down. Feel this light flowing into your heart center and up the spine into your upper back and all the way up through the neck into the crown of the head. Take another sip of air in at the top. Imagine you breathing light into all of your major chakra points or energy centers. So that's your belly button, that's your third chakra, your heart center, fourth chakra or energy center, your third eye between your eyebrows, that's your sixth chakra, and then your crown, which is the very top of your head, your seventh chakra or energy center. So maximal inhale breath. Just feel this light, which is really innocence or sinlessness, and this protects you from all harm. So that's today's lesson, key idea of the lesson. My sinlessness protects me from all harm. So my sinlessness ensures me perfect peace, eternal safety, everlasting love, freedom forever from all thought of loss, complete deliverance from suffering. And only happiness can be my state, for only happiness is given me. And so as you exhale, just letting go of any thoughts of unhappiness, any lurking negativity in any form. Could be a little irritation, a bit of anxiety, or maybe something a bit more extreme, anger, to rage, a major grievance, resentment, bitterness, fear in extreme form. Wherever you are, just notice and let go, because none of this is true, none of this is real, only happiness is true. So blow all this out like a black smoke out of your mouth, pull the lower stomach into the spine, so you're completely empty for a few seconds. Find the peace and the stillness in that emptiness. Say, what must I do to know that all this is mine? I must accept atonement, or at-one-ment, as I prefer saying it. It's the process of becoming one with your source, for myself and nothing more. And breathing in, and just breathing in this oneness, sense of unity, of love. Everything goes with it. Once you accept oneness, then there's love, there's peace, there's joy. All the gifts of God, as they're called, go with the simple decision to accept oneness. And God, or love, has already done all things that need to be done. Say, I must learn, I need do nothing of myself. For I need but accept my capital self, my sinlessness created for me, now already mine, to feel God's love, to feel God's love protecting me from harm, to understand my Father, my source, loves his Son, and the source loves its extension. To know I am the Son my Father loves. I am the extension of love itself. It's another way of saying that. So exhale, and just sink in to the stillness and the peace that comes with this decision to accept atonement, to accept that you're sinless, you're guiltless, you're completely innocent, irrespective of what you think you've done in a body. So whatever you've done in a body is illusion. It's part of a realm, dimension that is simply unreal. It's all the lesson is teaching. But in that lesson is total freedom, total love, total joy. So just invite that in for a couple of minutes to close the meditation. So you, who created me in sinlessness, are not mistaken about what I am. About what I am. I was mistaken when I thought I sinned, but I accept atonement for myself. I accept at-one-ment for myself. Father, my dream is ended now. Amen.